If you want to hear my thoughts on the limited edition tag questions, then keep watching. All right, let's get this out of the way right up front. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content on this channel in general, please consider subscribing. It would mean a lot. Hi there, it's Hélène bringing you another video. This time it is a tag video. This tag was created by Angelica Nyqvist. I think I have her name right. I hope. Now, did I get Angelica right? Angelica or Angelica? One of the two. Anyway, up here is her picture, and I will link her channel for you to check her out, although I bet you already know who she is. She's pretty big on YouTube, and she is from Sweden. All right, so she has 10 questions for us, and it is called the limited edition makeup tag. So obviously we are going to be dealing with limited edition products, and I have wanted to do this tag for a while. So I'm getting a few tags out of my system, as you may have seen from some of the videos that I've been filming like over the last couple weeks. So, all right, 10 questions, so should not be that long. Number one, what is the limited edition product you are most happy you got your hands on? This puppy. Now, the only problem I have with this one is that whenever I want to show it, I feel like I'm blinding people. So I'm hoping that I can show you this without it being too, oh gosh. All right, so there we go, without getting complete glare. This is what it looks like. So it has more of a bronzy metallic side, well, not bronzy, but metallic side that is neutrals, and then some bright colors on this side. Hopefully you can see them all. And the colors are just gorgeous. I will swatch the gold one here for you. I was just talking about this palette in a very recent video. So there you go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the design of it. Urban Decay is really good at doing some pretty fantastic design. I love the design of it. I love the way it opens and closes. Just you push from one side and open it up. I just think it's beautiful. The aesthetics of it too are just beautiful. It is such a beautiful palette. Now the second question is, what is your least favorite limited edition products that you picked up? The thing that you could have been without. I'm going to say that the one that I'm most unhappy about is this one from Makeup Forever. It is the number 3 in the Artist Shadows. If I could trade this one for the number 2, pretty sure it's the number 2. Yeah. If I could trade this for the number 2, I would do it in a heartbeat, and it's barely been touched. This is what it looks like inside. Now, I used it and did a brand new focus on it and 2 others that I will show you that I actually like from this grouping. And here's the funny thing is I ended up getting it for this yellow, but I actually find that this trio of products, it makes me forget about these 2. And if you look at it, these 2 other trios are very nice. That lavender is pretty cool, and it's a very nice pairing. So is this one. But I keep thinking about what I call the peacock colors. And despite the fact that I really wanted the yellow, that lineup of colors is the one that I used the least. And because I know I don't want to wear that one, I keep dismissing the other 2 trios. And it bugs me because they're really nice colors. Like this aubergine up here is beautiful. It's just a beautiful color, and I don't reach for it because I just think, oh, I don't want to wear the blues. But there's more to this palette, so maybe I need to depot it. Like I don't know. But if you have the 2 and you're interested in, what is it, the 3? Let me know. Maybe we can do a swap. Now, I do like the other 2, so let me show you the other 2. So here's, oh gosh, I gouged that one. So here is the number 4, which is an all mattes palette, and I really, really like that one. Very, very nice. This does a fantastic smoky eye. And then this is the original, and I think, frankly, out of all of them, this is the best one. It's all shimmer. Actually, it's got metallics, shimmers. It's just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And this one, paired with that other mattes one, I mean, they're a fantastic combo. So I like those two. I just am not crazy about the number 4. Oh, sorry, about the number 3. I keep wanting to call it the number 4 because it's the last one that I got. But yeah, definitely the number 3. And one last thing I should say is I'm really impressed with these little booklets that come with the palette, even though some of the looks that they suggested and that I did recreate. So when I did the brand new focus on Makeup Forever, which I'll just put up here, I followed these, and you know, it really depends on your eye shape, because some of them were really not flattering on me, and I don't think I have an eye shape that is all that hard to do a nice look on. I understand there are different types, but yeah, some of these just did not work for my eye shape at all. Okay, was there another one? Oh yeah, sorry, there's another palette that I wish I had not picked up that was limited edition. Now I love the other two in this limited edition, but I'll show you the one I'm not so crazy about, which is funny because I used it today, but it's just not unique enough. And so I love the packaging, don't get me wrong, but really we do end up having to use what's inside. And so what's inside is 2 blushes and highlighter and a bronzer. I think you can see all the names here. I won't bother naming them. I don't mind it. But I didn't feel there was anything so amazing about this setup. It was more the artwork on the front. And really, I think I was completionist in getting this one as well, because what I really wanted were the palettes. And I'll show you the palettes. So there was a lot of controversy over the Jean-Michel Basquiat palettes, but I gotta tell you, like the artwork was just beautiful, and the color scheme in this limited Urban Decay series is just beautiful. This combination down here, it's gorgeous, and then these browns together, beautiful, just beautiful. So I just, it's so good, so good. And then the other one, because there were 2 of them, this is as far as the imagery, I like this one the best. Oh, and I don't know if you recall from it, it even has the little hanger to then display the artwork on the wall as well. Just everything about this collab is so well executed. And these colors, this palette makes me feel so creative. I love the color selection. I love the layout. I just live for this lime green. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Love it. The blush, bronzer, highlighter palette, meh. Yeah, meh. What brand do I think does limited edition the best? I am going to say it's a tie between Urban Decay and the Vaccine Lady. So I really enjoy the creativity of Urban Decay and the artistry of this other unnamed palette maker. They treat their products like works of art. And really, when it comes down to it, for a lot of us, doing our makeup is one of our creative outlets. So I really appreciate the attention to detail from those 2 companies. Now, who does limited edition the worst? And I think that you have to own a product to be able to really say. And I'm going to have to say Makeup Forever. I mean, and not just because of the latest palette that I purchased. I am more so talking about the other stuff that they've come out with since. I've just not been interested. I think that their single shadows and their compacts to do the single shadows have tempted me often. I like their eyeshadow formula. I like their blushes. I like their finishing powder. I just am not drawn to what they tend to do for a limited edition. That last year holiday one with in the tin, I just didn't get it. I didn't get the appeal of it, and it went on sale half off pretty quick. So I want to name 3 things that I wish were not limited edition. I wish this pastel goth were not limited edition. I also wish the Mi Vida Loca were not limited edition because I think it is the quintessential rainbow palette. Although I have to say the 35B from Morphe is pretty nice, and that one's been discontinued. But Mi Vida Loca would have been my first choice because I think the formula might have been a little bit better than the 35B from Morphe. And also, I'm going to say the Semi-Precious by ColourPop. These are gorgeous, and I keep bringing it back out to try and use, even though I have other palettes. I mean, the Beam Me Up is just beautiful. This kind of an icy blue. I mean, look at this color. It is beautiful. So anytime I want my eyes to pop and do something in the inner lid, I think of this palette. It is superb for shiny, kind of not quite blinding, but definitely highly noticeable and very flattering at the same time. I think this was such a good palette, and I so wish it were not limited edition. You know, I'm going to name a few more. I have to say the Chloe Morello and Ciate collaborations, they're beautiful. And this one, when I did a brand new focus on this one, I just cooed over this palette. It's so beautiful. These two are wonderful, and they convinced me not to get the Modern Renaissance. This is how good those are. The metallics up here are beautiful. The mattes are buttery, beautiful. Pony is absolutely wonderful, and the story behind that shade makes me love it even more. If you want to know what Pony stands for, check out Chloe Morello's introduction video for this palette. And these guys are very nice, and I actually managed to get away with wearing these greens despite the fact that I have green eyes. They're all beautiful. I had no trouble using all of them. If anything, I was trying to use all of the different eyeshadows in this palette so that I could do a full, review and having worn them and everything. And I found every single time I went to a new shadow, it was hard for me to move on. So I really wish that these collaborations, both the one, because I would love to try it, and this one were somehow permanent. I think that Ciate's formula is fantastic. The color choices that Chloe Morello makes are also right on point. And I really wish this were permanent. And I know this is going to be an obvious answer, but I'm going to say this one because I just felt so fortunate to be able to get my hands on this palette because it's discontinued. It pops up on and off on the Urban Decay site, the Canadian site, and I have not really cracked into this one yet, but I have seen so many looks with it, and it's just like the Jean-Michel Basquiat, the very colorful one. This one also inspires me because the colors are so unique. I'm really happy to have it and look forward to playing with it a ton. I wish a lot of stuff were not limited edition. There's just so much that is so good about limited edition. You know, I have something else to say for the brand that doesn't do limited edition well, and I'm going to say it's Too Faced. I hate their holiday releases with the black outline around the shadows. I think they look cheap. I don't like that kind of a layout and aesthetic. I have never been able to deal with the idea of getting one of those limited edition sets from Too Faced. They look ugly to me. I just don't appreciate them. And I have some Too Faced stuff. Like I've got the Peach palette, I've got the Just Peachy and the Chocolate Bar. That's the newest addition to my collection. I can't deal with the aesthetic of the holiday releases. I don't get them. I don't. Now, what is the thing that got away, the thing that I missed and will forever regret not getting, it is the Mi Vida Loca. I really think that that was a great palette, and that is what made me get the 35B from Morphe. And I might as well show you because I've mentioned the 35B twice now. Okay, here is the 35B, and it's already all scratched up. Again, I'll try not to blind you. So this is it. I mean, it's again, it's a rainbow palette, but it's so nice. I do like the fact that all the colors are in here. Now, what's missing from this 35B is the neutrals. And in the center of Mi Vida Loca, there are some nice neutrals. So it just kind of feels like the neutrals in the middle were kind of an anchor. And then you could explore on the outside what else you wanted to add to a base look. At least, I think Jen Loves Reviews, I'll put her picture up here, and link to her channel. She had actually I'll link to a video that she did with Stephanie Nicole. And it's their top favorite and least, no, top 5 favorite palettes, I'm pretty sure. And Jen's favorite, one of her favorites was the Mi Vida Loca, and she explains really well why she gravitated to it. And when she gave her explanation, I was like, yes, this is exactly the same. So it's going to be similar to what I just said, but I think she said it best. Obviously, whoever says that if you hear directly from someone, I think it just comes through better. So I really encourage you to go check out that video, and I will cue it to Jen's answer on that palette, just so that you don't have to hunt for it. Question number 7, which is what thing was limited edition but was made permanent later on, and that made the most sense versus the least sense to you? I'm confused about this one, and it almost is a palette that answers both questions. So this is the Tarte Clay Play, and it's very, very bright on the inside. So, yeah. All right, so hopefully you can see the shades without, again, me blinding you. And this is the original. This is now, if you go and look at the Clay Plate, this is now a blush right here, and there's, I think, a bronzer, blush, and highlighter. Whereas here, you had basically contour and bronzer. But the nice thing about the contour and the bronzer is that these were essentially also 3 big pans of eyeshadow. I really like the first one. And so the first one did not last very long. It got yanked from the market, and then the other one with the blush came in. I think the one with the blush is quote-unquote permanent, although nothing is ever forever. And I really like this one, so I guess I'm calling this one limited edition. But I really like it because the big brown pans, to me, are like a perfect transition color depending on the look I'm doing. And it's just so good. They just complement the trios so well, and it has a big mirror. I love the design. It's cardboard packaging of the sturdiest kind. I love this palette. I think it's great. I have 5 Tarte palettes. This is the one I would keep. If I could only keep one, this is the one. And to me, that says a lot. So if it wasn't clear, I'm confused about why the first edition wasn't the one that ended up sticking around. And yeah, I think hopefully that's clear. This next one is, what thing that is permanent do you think would have been better off as limited edition? The only one I can think of is the Anastasia Aurora. And it's going to be a weird answer because I really love this palette. It has a lot of really neat colors in it. But I think that Anastasia right now has 3 of these, and I just don't understand, 3 colorful ones, and I just don't understand why they all have to be around. So I'm hoping they're going to discontinue one or more of them, but I mean, I love it. I think it's great. I use Spectra the most. I also use Helia. because it has kind of a greenish hue to it. And I do use it similarly to the Semi-Precious from ColourPop that I was showing earlier. But anyway, speaking of the Anastasia palettes, I think this time of year you're going to see some of these on sale, which is great. I don't intend to pick any up. I think I have plenty of highlighters, but it's kind of nice to know. So I'm just confused why those really colorful palettes seem to be permanent. What is the best collab limited edition thing released so far, according to me? I'm gonna have a tie. I need to talk about the Vlada. The Vlada collab with Smashbox. I am in awe of the design on this one. This highlighter is gorgeous, and I'm only talking packaging. There's nothing wrong with the product, but what made me buy this was the packaging, and it always is prominently displayed back here because it is gorgeous. And the other collab I have mentioned already is that Chloe Morello Ciate second collab, and I can't speak for the first one exactly because I never got to try the first one, but this shade arrangement, as I mentioned before, it's awesome. She did such a great job. It's really a palette that I would, if I weren't scared of breaking it, because I break stuff when I travel, I would definitely have brought this palette with me to Orlando when I traveled in, was it end of September? It's so good. Like, so good. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll just swatch a color for you. I just have to. Let's see here. I'll swatch the Morello Cherry, this one right here. I'll swatch that one. Like I said, they're all beautiful. Here's the Morello Cherry. It's just a beautiful color. I love it. I think it's beautiful. And all of them are wearable, but you can do just about any kind of look with this palette. It's just so good. The next one is, what limited edition or collab limited edition would you like to see released? There are two YouTubers who I think should end up with a collab. One of them is Haley Evans. Used to be Haley Wright. I think she is super talented. I also think that she's creative but also pragmatic. And I think she would come up with a fantastic product. So she's definitely one of them. And I have to say, although she'd probably say, I'm not sure I would want to do that, but possibly, I think Angelica Nyqvist should have a palette. Or, no, better yet, it would be fantastic if she could collab with Sydney Grace and come out with a set of 4 to 6, 6 to 9 pan eyeshadow palettes. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that kind of a collab with Angelica. And I say Sydney Grace shadows because she is such a fan of them. I think it would be just a no-brainer collaboration for two entities that highly respect each other. I think it would be fantastic. So yeah, that would be my dream collab. And yes, I would find a way, duties be damned, because I hate paying for duties. Duties be damned, I would find a way of getting my hands on it. I would be so excited for that. Maybe not the whole collection, but that's the whole point of having 6 or 9 pan palettes, is that it is a look. So you can go after the type of look that you're looking for the various palettes. So yeah, that would be super. I would love that. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's it. The 10 questions. Thank you so much to Angelica for coming up with these questions. I had a whole lot of fun answering them. I don't think I missed anything. Just taking one last look. I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, just a whole lot of fun. So thank you for the questions. They were great. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.